Japan and Portugal are both described as great value travel destinations, but for very different reasons. One is known for efficiency, safety, and culture. The other for lifestyle, affordability, and slower living. In this video, I'm comparing Japan and Portugal side by side, real costs, food, transport, and daily lifestyle. So by the end, you'll know which one actually gives you better value for your kind of travel. Before we dive into the comparison, we need to talk about what value actually means, because this is where most people get confused. Value doesn't mean cheapest. A $30 hostel bed isn't automatically better value than a $70 hotel room if the hotel gives you what you need. Value is about what you get for what you spend. And that equation looks different for every traveler. Someone traveling solo for 2 weeks has completely different value priorities than someone spending 3 months moving slowly through a country. What matters to a 25-year-old backpacker might be irrelevant to a 45-year-old remote worker. So when I compare Japan and Portugal today, I'm not telling you which one is objectively better. I'm showing you which one delivers better value for different travel styles. The better value depends entirely on how you travel, not just how much you spend. Let's start with the numbers because this is what most people want to know first. Japan accommodation in Japan is surprisingly consistent. Business hotels in Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, you're looking at $50 to $80 per night for clean, efficient rooms. They're small, but they work. Capsule hotels run $25 to $40. Hostels with private rooms are $35 to $50. Even Airbnbs in decent locations fall into the $60 to $90 range. The thing about Japan is that prices don't fluctuate wildly. A business hotel in Shibuya costs roughly the same as one in Kyoto. You know what you're getting into. Food follows the same pattern. Ramen is $7 to $9 wherever you go. Convenience store meals are $4 to $6. Mid-range restaurants are $12 to $20. You can budget $25 to $35 per day for food and eat really well. Or you can go as low as $15 to $20 if you're strategic about convenience stores and cheap chains. Daily spending is predictable. Transport costs are clear. Attraction prices are posted. There aren't a lot of surprise expenses in Japan. Japan is expensive in reputation, but controlled in reality. Most travelers spend $70 to $120 per day comfortably, depending on accommodation choices. Portugal's costs are trickier to pin down. Accommodation looks cheap at first. You can find hostels for $15 to $25, guest houses for $40 to $60, Airbnbs for $50 to $80. But here's the catch. Location matters enormously. Stay in Lisbon's tourist centre or the Algarve in summer, prices double. Stay in Porto's residential neighbourhoods or smaller cities like Coimbra or Évora, you'll save 30–50%. Food has the same variability. A pastel de nata is $1.50 everywhere. A full meal at a neighbourhood tasca, local restaurant, might be $8 to $12. But sit down at a restaurant near a major tourist site and you're paying $18 to $25 for the same thing, often with smaller portions. Portugal looks cheaper up front, but costs vary wildly depending on where and how you stay. You can absolutely do Portugal on $50 to $70 per day if you're careful. But in peak season, in popular areas, without local knowledge, you might find yourself spending $90 to $130 per day and wondering where the cheap Portugal everyone talks about went. The baseline is lower, but the variables are higher. Food is a huge part of travel value, so let's break this down properly. Japan. Japanese food delivers incredible value through consistency. A bowl of ramen in Tokyo costs the same as a bowl in Hiroshima. The quality is reliably good. You're rarely disappointed. Convenience store culture changes everything. You can get fresh onigiri, sandwiches, salads, and full meals for $3 to $6 that are genuinely tasty. This isn't gas station food. It's real food. Solo travelers especially benefit because you can eat well without sitting alone in restaurants. Even mid-range sit-down restaurants have lunch sets for $10 to $15 that include rice, miso soup, pickles, and a main dish. Dinner might be $15 to $25 at the same place. In Japan, food value comes from consistency. You know what you're paying, you know it'll be good, and you're never hunting around wondering if you're getting ripped off. Portugal. Portugal's food value is excellent when you find the right places. A full meal at a local Portuguese restaurant can be $10 to $15 with generous portions. Wine is absurdly cheap. A decent bottle in a restaurant is $8 to $12, sometimes less. Pastries are $1 to $2. Fresh bread, cheese, olives from markets are affordable, but tourist menus are a trap. That same meal that costs $12 at a neighborhood spot becomes $22 near a tourist attraction, often with worse quality. You need to know where locals eat, which takes time and research. Portugal rewards long social meals. The culture is about sitting, talking, sharing food, drinking wine. If that's your style, the value is incredible. But if you're eating quickly between activities, Japan's convenience culture wins. In Portugal, food value depends on avoiding the tourist version. Getting around shapes your entire experience, so let's compare how each country handles this. Japan's public transport is world-class. Trains run on time, and I mean to the minute. Subways are clean, efficient, and cover everything. Signs are in English. IC cards work everywhere. Local transport is cheap. A subway ride in Tokyo is $2 to $3. Day passes are $6 to $8, but intercity travel on the Shinkansen, bullet train, is expensive. Tokyo to Kyoto is $130 one-way. This is where the JR pass becomes essential for multi-city trips. The thing about Japan is that time is never wasted. Trains leave when they say they will. Routes are logical. Everything connects smoothly. You're never standing around confused. Japan rewards planning. If you map out your route, get the right passes, and use the system properly, transport becomes a strength, not a cost problem. Portugal is more variable. Cities like Lisbon and Porto are very walkable in the historic centres. Trams and metros are cheap, $1.50 per ride, $6 for a day pass. You can genuinely walk to most places tourists want to see, but regional transport is limited. Trains between cities exist, but aren't always frequent or fast. Buses fill the gaps, but require more planning. If you want to explore smaller towns or coastal areas, renting a car becomes necessary, and that adds cost. Portugal moves at a slower pace. Trains might be delayed, buses might not run on Sundays. Things feel less precise. Some people love that relaxed vibe, others find it frustrating. Portugal rewards flexibility. If you're not on a tight schedule and can adapt as you go, transport works fine. If you need everything to run like clockwork, you'll struggle. This is where the real difference shows up, how each country feels day to day. Japan offers comfort through structure. Everything is clean, like spotlessly clean. Public restrooms are nicer than hotel bathrooms in some countries. Streets have no litter. Trains are immaculate. Safety is a non-issue. You can walk anywhere at night. Leave your bag on a table to hold your seat. It's one of the safest countries in the world. There's a clear structure to how things work. Rules are followed. Systems function smoothly. For travelers who like predictability and efficiency, this is paradise. The trade-off, cultural rules you need to learn. Don't eat while walking, don't talk loudly on trains, shoes off indoors. It's not hard, but you need to be aware. And the language barrier is real. Outside major tourist areas, English is limited. But if you value cleanliness, safety, and knowing exactly how things work, Japan delivers comfort through that structure. Portugal offers comfort through lifestyle. The pace is slower. People take long lunches. Dinner doesn't start until 8 or 9 p.m. There's a culture of sitting at cafes, talking, watching life go by. English is widely spoken, especially among younger people. Social interactions are easy. People are warm and welcoming. You don't feel like an outsider the way you might in less tourist-friendly countries, but there's bureaucratic friction. Things take time. Banks move slowly. Government offices have specific hours. Internet can be unreliable outside cities. Things don't always work as efficiently as you'd expect. Portugal trades efficiency for atmosphere. You might wait longer for things, plans might shift, but the quality of daily life, sitting with wine, watching the sunset, chatting with locals, feeling relaxed, that's where the value lives. Portugal offers comfort through lifestyle, not systems. So after comparing everything, let me break down who each destination actually serves best. Japan is better value if you travel solo. The infrastructure is built for it. You never feel awkward eating alone. Everything is easy to navigate by yourself. Like structure, you want to know things will work, be on time, and be exactly as described. You plan your days and want that plan to actually happen. Want efficiency. You have limited time and want to maximize it without wasting hours figuring things out. Plan tightly. You book in advance, research thoroughly, and like having a clear itinerary. Prefer predictable spending. You want to know what things cost and stick to a budget without surprise expenses derailing you. Portugal is better value if you travel slowly. You're spending weeks or months, not days. You want to settle into a rhythm, find your local spots, live more than tour, value social life. You want to meet people, have long conversations over meals, feel connected to a place through its people. Want flexibility. You prefer to go with the flow, change plans based on how you feel, discover things organically, stay longer in fewer places. You'd rather spend 2 weeks in one city than 3 days in 5 cities. Accept cost variability. You're okay with prices fluctuating and doing research to find good value rather than having it be automatic. Japan and Portugal both offer strong value, but in completely different ways. Japan gives you efficiency, consistency, and control. Portugal gives you lifestyle, flexibility, and atmosphere. The better value isn't about price. It's about which country fits how you actually travel. If you want everything to work smoothly, if you're maximizing limited time, if you travel solo and value independence, Japan will feel like exceptional value. You'll spend money, but you'll never feel like you wasted it. If you want to slow down, if connection and lifestyle matter more than efficiency, if you're staying longer and want to feel like you're living somewhere rather than just visiting, Portugal will give you value that goes beyond dollars per day. Neither is objectively better. They're solving different problems for different travelers. If this comparison helped you understand which destination fits your travel style better, subscribe for more videos like this. I break down destinations honestly. Real costs, real trade-offs, no hype. And drop a comment. Which would you choose for your travel style? Japan or Portugal? And why? I'm genuinely curious how people think about this. More comparisons coming soon. Thanks for watching.